guys. My last video talking about ball did pretty decent for my standards. And I was just talking about general topics going into this season, and today I wanted to talk about a specific player and his playstyle. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, was an up-and-coming star for a very long time as the Thunder were pretty much rebuilding for the last 5 years, and he's been evolving and becoming the superstar player he is today. And his fans rave about his aura and how complete and consistent he is. Now that he's on the biggest stages, winning his first MVP, you would think he'd have the same love, right? This year, a bunch of critics just spawned out of nowhere just because he's a free throw merchant. But I heard no one complaining about this 2 years ago when his playstyle was almost exactly the same. Before I dive deeper into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know 78% of the people who've been watching my videos have not been subscribed. I ain't trying to be the subscriber police, but please subscribe, like the video, comment. It really helps my channel get off the ground, and I appreciate you guys. Alright, back to the video. I saw this one quote on my For You page of a former player talking about Shai. I can't remember who it was, but I believe it was Gilbert Arenas. I could be wrong, but this is me paraphrasing. He said something along the lines that everyone loved Shai's play and numbers when he was the 10th seed and a little underrated. But now people are turning on him because now he's winning and he's taking out some fans' favorite teams as we speak. And I couldn't agree more with this statement because Shai's stats and playstyle has not had much variance if you compare them to other stars of the last 3 years. If you want a current superstar, here's Nikola Jokic. Scoring varies season to season. Want an older star? Steph Curry. Scoring and efficiency varies. And a bunch of other stats do too. Want a young star like Anthony Edwards? And I'll get back to him later, but he's still evolving his game. A lot of these players, their playstyles have evolved, their shot selection has changed, and that will lead to their stats and numbers changing as well. The purpose of me presenting those numbers was not to demean any of the other stars and what they bring to the table, but to show that Shai as a player hasn't changed too much, but the conversations and temperature around the room has about him. You know, calling him a flopper, an unethical hooper. Those people are just pulling complaints out their ass. I've seen way too many people exaggerate saying the way he draws fouls is egregious, but it really isn't, and we've seen this stuff in the past. Since the new decade, Shai has led the league in drives per game in every single season. And one of those seasons, it was like 25% more than the next closest player. If you're attacking the basket this much, of course you'll get to the line more often than your competition. Which NBA team has the lowest free throws per game? The Celtics. Well, why is that? Because they attempt the most threes in the league. They shoot the ball no matter what the circumstances, and we saw it in this playoff. Shooting 25% from range, jack up another 3. Shooting 50% from 3, jack up another 3. And I'm not saying part of Shai's game is baiting defenders into fouls, but him being talked about like some all-time flopper is ridiculous. People throw buzzwords around like egregious and horrendous to exaggerate their point, but how does he even compare to his peers? This season, 24-25, he's not even top 25 in free throw attempts in the last 10 years. James Harden has literally 5 seasons averaging 10 free throws a game. Shai's done that once, and when did he do that? Oh, 2 years ago, when his glaze was at his peak, the 10th seed. So no one really cared about that, I guess. Joel Embiid, a big, is more of a flopper. The theatrics he did to draw fouls was more frustrating to watch. And guess what? Shai's play still translates to the playoffs. No one calls Giannis a free throw merchant because his game is centered around the basket. Well, so is Shai's, as both of them don't specialize in three-point shooting. Now, if you don't want an analytical argument, I'll tag a video in the description. It's a compilation of SGA foul baiting. And my argument to all of that is this isn't new to the game. He isn't reinventing the wheel with new types of flops or sheer volume of how much a player does it. I already mentioned Harden and Embiid of recent times, but if you want to go back, you can look at clips of Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, LeBron James doing a fair share of flopping. And if you want to go even further back, you can look at players like Reggie Miller, Manu Ginobili, even Kobe Bryant, who are all respected Hall of Famers and pioneers of drawing fouls. I really just think it's a player just taking advantage of the rules to have an edge to win the game, and that's just part of competing. The ref won't catch flopping every time because not everyone is perfect. And I don't believe flopping is in any way some staple attribute in Shai's game. It's not like without the free throws, he'd be nothing, you know what I mean? And anyone who argues he's a generational flopper, I'm just assuming you just started watching ball. Go watch Prime Harden. If Shai wins a championship soon, the hate will sizzle out, especially if he wins it this year, because this would be an all-time great season. An MVP on a 68-win team with a championship has to be a top 10 season of all time. Is that crazy to say? I really believe we're seeing a great player on a great team dominating the whole league, and people are just grabbing at straws to complain about him. To wrap things up, I think it'd be fun to predict which up-and-coming young superstar NBA Twitter and TikTok kids are going to hate on next. Like we got Giannis, to Jokic, to Tatum. Well, they still hate him. And now we got Shea. The cycle just continues. I feel like Anthony Edwards would be the easy guess, but I think the way that Detroit team plays, if they start winning, I feel like a lot of casuals will start dogging on Cade Cunningham. A very aggressive player like Shea as well. And if he were to get a whistle that gets him to the line 8, 9, 10 times a game, I feel like a lot of fans would get outraged. Anyways, that's pretty much it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what I should talk about next. Alright, stay safe, guys.
Like and sub, cue the outro.